For traders that have emailed and asked, the links for the free downloads are in the description box below. Just click on the link or copy and paste and put that in your browser. The 4-step method to high performance trading and the 7-step daily routine for high performance traders create the rituals, the mindset, and the winning attitude to master the markets. Bulletproof yourself with your daily routine and your habits. Force yourself to be getting better, 1% better every single day. How good can you get, traders? Again, the free downloads, the links are down below. They're both free courses. Let's get started.
Good day, traders. A short video again today. Mindset reset combined with a technical video. We've started a new week and a beginning of a new month, and it's also the beginning of a new year. It's a non-farm payrolls week, and we'll just take a look at 3 really simple, basic trade setups on Monday, day 1, the opening range in a new week for Asia, London, and New York, emphasizing the importance of understanding new timing cycles and keeping things as simple as possible. The same setups show up again and again and again, week in and week out, month in and month out. The simpler you make it, the easier it will be to reproduce 1, 2, maybe 3 scalable opportunities each week to significantly compound your trading account. Playbook, we talk about the basic time frames for the Asian session and also the types of opportunities and instruments that can trade stronger in each session. Now, obviously, an instrument can trade anytime in any session, but theoretically, we're going to look at pairs that traditionally may have higher volume or higher opportunities in the sessions that they're centered on. For example, yen cross pairs may trade heavier or more frequently in the Japanese session. Now, obviously, again, as I emphasize, you can have trades in any of the sessions. Maybe London. London is the sort of dominant session for currencies. But we can also see 3 session setups that evolve over Asia, London, and New York. Asian session, approximately 7 to 11 p.m. We can get New Zealand, Australian cross pairs, and yen cross pairs moving just prior to that 8 a.m. open, second hour, third hour. Remembering that the currency pairs roll over. They close New York chart time 4:59 p.m. and roll over and begin trading immediately, whereas indexes, metals, energies have a 1-hour gap, 6 p.m. and start trading again. So their 4-hour rollover time will be slightly different. But understanding that there were excellent opportunities in each of the 3 sessions today. If we take a look at the yen cross pairs and just understanding end of a month, we have signal days. We also look at templates. Now, I've talked about the basic template. Wednesday being a signal day for first red day, first green day, but we can have inside days show up anywhere. We can have day 3 breakout traders, but typically understanding if you are in a market that is now in breakout to not be counter trending stronger or higher time frame trends just because a market is broken out. Where and when should those setups take place? Now, we've gone over those extensively, but today's video will talk about signal days. Signal days heading into a new week in the new month itself on a non-farm payrolls week. And we closed out the holiday week, the New Year's, Christmas week, with day 1, day 2 of January closing out the week. Now, the Aussie Yen pair gave a signal day, an inside day on Friday's close. But if we just go back now and we're looking at the daily chart. Now, remember, I have gone over this and we'll repeat this to hopefully emphasize to traders. We are taking setups from the playbook based on higher time frame opportunities. So when we have a first red day, when we have a first green day, it is all in relation to the higher time frame template. When we have an inside day, where does it occur? Is it at the front side of the month, the front side of a week? Is it at the back side? Is it down low near the low closing price of the month or the high closing price of the month? And in this particular place, we can look at the Aussie Yen and looking at the month itself, just looking at how price behaved. It's gone down first before putting in a low of the month in place. Our low bear candle was put in place week 1 of the new month. Low bear from the playbook. High bull, low bear. Those are areas when we're down low or up high that can lead us to a potential first green day or first red day type of signal. And we had our inside day signal heading into Monday, day one, on the front side of the week in a new month. Now, Monday morning, the market opened on a gap down low from the close of Friday. But remember, we had an inside day, and an inside day from the playbook is a reversal or trend trade type of opportunity, false break reversal, or a potential trend trade opportunity. Where in the monthly template does it show up? Well, we're on the front side of the week, and the thesis is that we've got market now from our daily chart potentially trapping shorts down low. How does price behave on the day? I want to just point out, just on the higher time frame traders, without going to the shorter time frame yet, that if traders were to have taken this trade looking at this market now, understanding that with the currencies we're on a potential explosive move reversal in after an inside day and a market that engulfed and closed and breakout on day one, day two, this is the third trading day of the new month into the new week. But understanding that basic understanding of just the higher time frame allows traders to have a 20 pip stop on the hourly candle maximum alone. Now, if they were to have entered in based on the closing price, they would have been able to get that down to a maximum of 16 pips. This allowed traders to position themselves into that move. Again, timings, levels, behavior of price. What is the thesis on the trade? Well, we have traders trapped down low. And if we go back to our higher time frame, our daily chart, we have a pin hammer that started that reversal process as a potential target. We had our engulfment, our inside day, a coiled market for an explosive potential setup heading back to the high of the month. A beautiful opportunity in the Asian session, inside day, signal day. Keeping things simple, but most importantly, understanding new week, new timing cycle. What setups are you hunting? We had signal days, we had our timings, our levels, our behavior of price, our basic model for trade entry criteria. And if traders chose to scale in this, understanding it is being driven by higher time frames, an excellent opportunity for Asian session traders. The US Canadian also offered traders an opportunity in the Asian session. Now, we started a new month at the end of last week. We had a market that closed in breakout on Friday, breaking the previous week's high, but closing back underneath of that high of week level. Now, it didn't take out the overall high of the month, but we made lower lows last Tuesday, prior to pumping up into the high of week level. As the week ended, we had lower lows on the inside on the last trading day of December before pumping higher, breaking out. We had 1, 2, 3 to the high, 3 days to the high before coiling at the high of the new month and the high of week level. We have our little engulfment and then a pin hammer in the Asian window. An excellent opportunity for traders, understanding that we have potentially now breakout traders trapped up high and a market on the beginning of a new week, new timing cycle for the collapse back to the previous low of week level. An excellent trade. Our basic model for trade entry criteria met as we head into our Asian window. Remember, we're identifying these on the daily time frame. We're looking at them on the 4-hour hourly time frame and then adapting to that as we head into our timing window for a potential trade setup opportunity. We can use the higher time frames to manage our risk, but ultimately we're looking at still a narrow 15 pip stop loss on currencies, anything larger maybe on indexes and metals, but keeping things reasonably tight, 10 to 15 pips on these major pairs as the trade is about to accelerate should not have any heat into those trades. An excellent trade for traders in the Asian session. 3-day setup with a signal day closing and breakout after taking out the previous high of week level up into the high of month peak formation. Gold broke out on the first trading day of the month, taking out weekly highs, and then we closed the week with the first red day signal. a down closing day inside of a previous higher time frame selling range. Now we had a first red day signal on Friday. The beginning of the day made a high of day level before breaking down, taking out the low of day level, and then pulling back inside, a lower low on the inside. So traders ask this question a lot. What do you mean by the inside? Well, it's inside of the previous week's range. Remember the difference between a range expansion and a range reversal. We're back inside of the range, which also could mean we're back inside of higher time frame buyers. So sometimes traders think every breakout is the same, and to some degree it is, but where are we? Are we on the front side or are we on the back side? And so we had a market that made lower lows before pumping up Asia, London, and we head into our New York window, 1 hour, 2 hours at the high. Notice the pins will blow this up. Again, timings, levels, behavior of price, an inside hour at the high of day level with a first red day thesis. Now, just simple things. Projecting across a previous low from the swing low from the London window. Remembering this is a 1 hour chart. Now think about just simple terms again. If we have 5 or 6 hours down, we have 4 hour daily traders in the markets potentially. We have longer, higher time frames driving this move. First red day thesis is a sell high, high of day, high of session opportunity if indeed it presents, which gave traders an excellent opportunity on our shorter time frame as the U.S. window began trading. Now, the reason I've put this level here, you'll notice the market closed in breakout. Closed in breakout at the end of our first hour. And the importance of understanding this is that we have a large move down, and when a new hour begins and we've taken out any higher time frame level, remember, count the candles, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 hour traders coming back in the long direction in a downward biased market. But every time we break a level and an hour ends and we potentially are starting a new hour or a longer time frame cycle, i.e. a new day, new week, 4 hour rotations, etc., this market could be in jeopardy as we follow this down on our shorter time frames, recognizing where higher time frames initially came into the move, but recognizing also Monday, day one, the front side of the week and the opening range in a new week, in a market that may potentially be trading back into a peak formation low from the previous month. Day one, day two, day three, in a new month, a new week, this market may be reaching its target for a potential reversal. Now, point being is that when you're in this market, day two, take the money and run. Remember, we're on the front side of the week. It's not Thursday, it's not Friday. And simple basic model for trade entry criteria, page 29 in the playbook. As we end our hour and begin the new hour and we break that level, again, either trailing or locking in the money, leaving a trailer, but when that market showed signs of reversal, closing out the trade to squeeze the maximum amount out of a winning trade on day one in the opening range of the week, understanding that we can get scalable 5-star opportunities on the backside as well. A first red day signal after taking out a previous weekly levels, price behaving on the day for a pump and dump template on Monday, day one, the opening range of a new week. I will repeat the simplicity and importance of keeping everything simple and boring and rinse and repeat. Hunting out the same setups every week on different instruments, not trying to catch moves all the time, but just understanding where you have a 90-10 edge. Sticking to that and not engaging in any other type of self-sabotaging behavior, which is why most traders are never consistent long term. Being patient, keeping things simple, understanding when to scale up in size and when to keep things simple, nail and bail, locking in the money, front side, back side, and sticking to your plan. Keep things basic and simple. Rinse and repeat. That way you can reproduce your results. There's nothing new under the sun. We go over the same setups every week. Same setups every week, different instruments. Your job as a trader is to be patient, sitting on your hands, hunting out a basket of instruments just for 1 or 2 or 3 scalable opportunities within the week. Keep it simple, traders. Congratulations on the beginning of a new week, a new month, an excellent start. 2025 is going to be our best year yet. Have a great day, and may the markets continue. Day 2, Tuesday, coming up next.